We just recently purchased this DD-1 electric engine, MTH Premier. We just picked it up from New York Electric Trains here on Long Island. We're going to unbox it, reveal it, show you what the various features are, and we'll give it a run around our track. Okay, so just nice. As always on the MTH boxes, they tell you all the different things that are here, all the features that it has, and we'll go through that later on in the video. For us in particular here at Wench Train Fanatics is we need to make sure when we're doing this that it fits our track. We have an 036 curve radius track. There are a lot of engines and locomotives that are out there, and even rolling stock and passenger cars that fit on larger scales. So this is really cool. So we'll open this up all over here. Okay. So it's also important to make sure that before you purchase that it's going to run on your device. It's really nice here how you have the nice purple to go with the purple box. Nice purple and yellow branded straps, which is really good because this way when it comes time to it, you can easily just pick up your engine, your locomotive, or whatever you have in there. And we're going to take all this out. Love how it's all wrapped and protected and all ready, so that, you know, because the detail that they put into this, especially the Premier editions, when you get the detail into it, you want to make sure that, you know, the striping is intact and the lettering is intact and everything else. So it's great that they have it all packaged. Look at that. So what we have here is a DD-1. It is an AB unit. There are two ends to this locomotive. There's two parts to it. This here is the A that we have in our hand. Just gonna remove all of this. Again, we're gonna go into detail about, you know, a little bit closer and look at what this, you know, what has on this locomotive. But yeah, so I'm just gonna continue opening this up here. Just going to put this to the side for now. All right, I'm going to take out this second unit that we have here. Like I said before, it's almost identical to the other end that we just took out. This is really nice. Can't wait to get into detail because we're going to explain everything, what led to the design of this. But, you know, obviously it's a replication of the historical one that ran once upon a time on Long Island. But what's really great about this is we're going to talk about all the details all the way from the striping to the coloration and stuff like that. So it's going to be tethered electronically through here, and then structurally through this tie bar that's right here. You want to make sure the pins that you are very careful connecting the wire, because like any kind of electronics, the pins are very delicate.
Seems like a very short connection too.
Yeah, it is a short connection. The tie bars are close in proximity to one another, so I guess it was kind of like that as well, and so that's also why it's important. But even though the connection is short to it, it does say that it operates on an 031 curve. So we're going to get a little bit closer, and we'll power this thing up, and we'll start talking about all the details of it.
So here in front of us we have the shoebox-shaped DD-1. And it has a bit of history behind it. When you think about Penn Station, you know that there was a need for an electric DD-1 locomotive since they weren't able to have the steam engines going down into Manhattan. So the DD-1 was born out of this need for electric locomotives to bring passenger trains in and out of the new underground lines of the Pennsylvania Railroad's Penn Station. The Dd1 was the winning design among several of the electric locomotives competing to haul heavy passenger trains. It was dubbed in 1956 by Frederick Westing as the locomotive that made Penn Station possible. These locomotives were built out of Penske's shops at Juniata. They built 33 DD class locomotives from 1909 to 1911, with the first regular passenger train leaving Penn Station behind a DD-1 on November 27, 1910. As we discussed earlier, that every pair here is semi-permanently coupled box cabs, and each has 2,000 horsepower electric motor that had these side rods here to transfer power to the wheels. In the 1920s, the arrival of the L5 Class 5 locomotives was expected to make the DD-1s obsolete, so Penske began to sell the surplus DD-1s to its partner, the Long Island Railroad. Well, the L5s were not as successful as the railroad had hoped, and the last Pennsylvania DD-1 hung around long enough to see the creation of Penn Central. It was retired in 1969. The Long Island retired its last DD-1 in 1951. Did you know that a single DD-1 still exists on display at the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum in Strasburg? We can see here that inside of this Premier locomotive, we have the cab figures in the glass. Wonderful detailing where there's a windshield wiper going across here, metal grab bars. This is equipped with Proto Sound 2. And again was released by MTH as a Premier locomotive. So we mentioned before that we were going to discuss the detail. As you can see, this is definitely a Pennsylvania-inspired version, though it has the keystone with the LIRR logo. And on the side here, it does say Long Island. The roof is painted with silver, and the body is Penske's Brunswick green with the multiple gold stripes. So you can see here the number boards located. We have 352AB on both sides of the headlights. They are illuminated.
Now we're running this MTH Premier that has Proto Sounds 2. We're using the MTH DCS system along with the app that we can run with our Samsung Android tablet. They have a number of pre-installed sounds, custom sounds that they have, which makes it really interactive to run. We're going to go ahead and go through some of those sounds just to show you what it comes with.
All aboard. Now arriving on track 1, train number 250, service to Jamaica. Now departing on track 1, train number 250.
Also with the feature, you're able to turn off the interior lights that are in the cab. As you notice there, the interior lights just turned off. Turn them back on.
Take a look at the compressor. It sounds a little noisy.
That's the sounds that they have in the different sequences. They also have a PFA button, so we're going to go ahead and press that on the app just to see what sounds come up.
Now arriving on track 1, train number 250, service to Jamaica. Welcome to Woodside. Once you step outboard, have a nice day. Thank you. Welcome aboard. Ticket passengers only. Now
now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put it on our loop and run it around.
So as we were discussing earlier, we have this 440 box cab electric known as a DD-1. They run back to back under the city as the exclusive handler of mainline trains running from Manhattan Transfer, New Jersey to the New York terminal. A total of 33 DD-1 pairs were built by the Pennsy, and their underground duty continued until 1925 when they began moving to mainline service between New York and Washington, D.C. As we discussed earlier, by 1927, the Pennsylvania began selling the units off to the Long Island Railroad. They used these cars until 1951 for a variety of freight and passenger runs. One of the Long Island requirements for the DD-1 was to shuttle a line of milk tank cars for Sheffield Farms and other dairies between the Jamaica and Sunnyside yards. The tanks containing the milk were housed inside refrigerated boxcars and represented a vital link in the distribution of fresh milk via rail. Here we have with us one of the Sheffield Farms cars, and as you can see, they would also be used along with passenger lines. As we said, if you're interested in actually seeing preserved DD-1s, the Pennsylvania Railroad 3936 and 3837 are the two surviving DD-1s that are housed at the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania in Strasburg, PA.